So, I made a joke tweet a while back when I finished recording Fatal Frame 3 footage that I would make a video on 10 reasons why Yuu is a Gigachad. I personally think he's a brilliant character and more people deserve to see that. Of course, everyone then claimed I had to actually make the video, so here we are. You wanted it and I'm here to deliver. Settle in and discover 10 reasons why Asou Yuu is the ultimate power Gigachad. Number 1. He's an asshole. I mean, this speaks for itself, doesn't it? Arguably the most important character in the entire series, Dr Asou, the creator of the camera obscura and various other devices you come across in the series, also has various descendants spread out across the games, and one of them just happens to be Yuu, who is also one of the only two that still retains the good doctor's last name all these years later. The other, of course, being Misaki from Fatal Frame 4. That alone makes him a Chad in my book. Number 2. The characters used in his name translate to gentle rain. This is also used to describe his disposition, and every time you come across him in the game, he exudes a quiet, calm confidence that is most befitting of a Gigachad. Number 3. He was a budding folklorist. Let's be real, all the best characters are folklorists, and it sounds like a bit of an odd job to have in the modern age, compared to how many folklorists there are in the times all the rituals in the games tend to go wrong, but Yuu keeps up the trend in the modern day, and his room is packed to the brim with old scrolls, books, articles, and even artifacts that relate to old urban legends and folktales. Tell me again how that isn't awesome. 4. Yuu took in Miku after his friend Mafuyu disappeared. Yuu and Mafuyu were close friends growing up, and Mafuyu asked Yuu to take his sister in if anything ever happened to him. When Mafuyu disappeared after the Himeno Mansion incident, Yuu did just that, inviting the young and now familyless Miku to come and live with him and his girlfriend, Lei, and making sure that she was well taken care of. Ultimate Gigachad power move. Number 5. His girlfriend killed him, and yet he didn't return as a vengeful ghost. The whole premise of Fatal Frame 3 begins with Lei having a car accident in the rain that kills Yuu. Normally, this would be enough for most Fatal Frame characters to return as an angry ghost, but not Yuu. He's too good for that. Instead, he actually helps Lei once she spots his spirit at the Manor of Sleep and does his best to help her move on and make sure she survives. Which brings us to number 6. This Gigachad refuses to let his girlfriend die for him. Not only does he not try to attack Lei now that he's a ghost, thanks to her terrible driving, but he actively attempts to keep her alive. In perhaps the most poignant moment of the game, he tells her, "When you die, then I will be gone forever. As long as you go on living, a part of me will continue to live on." He understands Lei's guilt and her desire to join him on the other side, but he refuses, because once she's gone, there will be no one left to remember him, and he'll disappear for good. There's a saying that once no one remembers you anymore, you are truly dead, and unable to bear the thought that no one will carry on his memory, Lei chooses to return to the living. What a Chad. 7. On the same note, Yuu is the only character we see in the entire game who is able to absorb the snake and holly tattoo. These tattoos remain on his skin in the US version while they disappear in the Japanese, but the fact remains that he willingly takes the tattoos from Lei so that she no longer has to suffer, taking that pain into himself and freeing her from a life of torment. Absolute Gigachad. Number 8. Hinasaki Miyu exists because Yuu died. This is an interesting one, but think about it. After Yuu died, Lei visited the abandoned building that was once the Kuze Shrine, taking Hinasaki Miku with her. It was there that both became afflicted with the Manor of Sleep's curse. In Lei's case, she started seeing Yuu around the manor, while Miku started seeing her brother, Mafuyu. Spoilers for the 5th game if you haven't already been spoiled for whatever reason yet, but it's during the end of Fatal Frame 3 that Miku and Mafuyu meet in the Manor of Sleep, and Miyu is conceived as a Shadowborn, the child of a living person and a ghost. This wouldn't have happened if you hadn't died, and if they didn't help Deika, the tattooed priestess, cross over, allowing Miku to escape and live and give birth. You led to Miyu's decidedly strange birth. Chad. Number 9. You saved Mount Hikami. By the same token, Mount Hikami would not have been saved if it wasn't for Yu's death. If Yu hadn't died, Miyu wouldn't have been born. If Miyu wasn't born, then she wouldn't have been around to save Yuuri, who then went on to free Ulse and save Mount Hikami from its doom. Yu died so that we could live. Gigachad. And number 10. That turtleneck. Look at it. What a Gigachad. And that is 10 reasons why Asou Yuu is a Gigachad. What did you guys think? Any other reasons why this guy is the ultimate power Chad? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you again next time.